Namaste. Good morning. I can't tell you how great it feels to be back, to be with you. I've missed you all last week. Thank you for tolerating pre-recorded video. It's kind of fun to do, but several of you emailed me and just said, you primarily come because of this, and I appreciate that. The heart connection can actually be felt, even if it's digitally. We feel it organically in our bodies. Something about when time, space line up, and where those two things meet, we arrive. And I think what really comes across is you feel my intention, and I feel your intention. It's kind of like purpose for being. And then in that, energy is exchanged. We could say Shakti is transmitted. We become the open vessels for something greater to happen. And it's just easier to do it when it's live in the moment. Any moment I could say something weird, and I usually do. And I think this live in person sort of mimics the lived experience of presence, when we can be really present in life. And this is a feature of the Shambhavi Mudra. Remember, Shambhavi Mudra is receiving the imprint of this energy, the Shakti, which can only be received in the present moment. The live in-person or online experience, which is basically what's alive in you, is really the reflection. It's not me. It's what's stirring in your heart. And when you can see that and touch that, then sadhana happens. So anyway, I am healing. It's taking some time. This is, I think, day 11 or 12. You wouldn't believe, there's a part of me just chomping on the bit to get on my bike, but the pressure of the bike on the pelvis. I had it's called a simple prostatectomy. I still have a prostate gland, but they had to reduce it. So, without that obstacle, I have to train myself. This is TMI. I have to train myself how to pee because it's a fire hose now. And I have to use both hands. So I feel like I'm 8 years old again. But we could say everything's flowing and I'm feeling better. And I know that in another week or so I should come back to normal. I bow to medical science. How can anyone go into the body and rearrange things and then it heals? I don't understand that. But I'm grateful for it. And I have a lot of compassion and sort of empathy for anyone who has had a surgical procedure. It just really is a miracle, and then it just takes time. And in that time, there's a lot of, cultivation of patience and doing other things and scaling back. And for me to just be able to lie on my belly for the first time was like a major breakthrough. So I can do some poses. I've started, doing an easy practice. But I'll talk through whatever, if I'm guiding something I can't do, then I'll just talk through it. But I can sit and I can meditate. All right, so today I was thinking of the Shambhavi Mudra. It is the awakening of grace, not from the outside, but from within. The Shambhavi Mudra is putting ourselves in a particular consciousness that permits the imprint of Shakti to impress itself. She impresses herself upon our inner nature and leaves her mark. If we can be like warm wax, or if we can be soft like clay. And if we can't, usually the reason is because we're in our own way. And how do we get in our own way? Primarily fear. which spawns doubt. Shambhavi Mudra, sorry, you can't see it. You can't really talk to it, although I guess you could. And some people who are clairvoyant or clairaudient can see it and hear it. But basically, we're talking about this unseen energy. And when you start getting into unseen, we're beyond the five senses. What are you going to do if you can't feel, touch, smell, or whatever that fifth sense is? It's you have to believe. I mean, we have to use our sixth sense, which is like intuition. And I think that's kind of the whole point. How to sharpen your intuition, how to trust life, how to believe in yourself, how to understand that everything in life is for your awakening. And what gets in our own way with that is, how can everything be for our awakening? That's doubt. I'm suffering and life isn't fun, and you're saying life has my back. No, it doesn't, because so-and-so died. No, it doesn't, because, I have to recover from the surgery. So in a certain sense, you're either accepting and then you become the imprint for the mudra, or you're in a state of rejection. And rejection is skepticism. There's healthy skepticism. This is unhealthy skepticism. It's getting in our own way, where we doubt based on fear, based on an insecurity, based on, I don't know who I am. It all comes back to where are you? Where do you live inside of yourself? And I think the sadhana is helping us create a structure, a format, a community to help us let go. So I think there's three phases to this. One is surrender, which means in order to become Shambhavi Mudra and let grace imprint from the inside, we have to surrender. We have to get out of our own way. And that is primarily the release of doubt. Doubt is what blocks faith. I mean, faith really isn't enough. I could go into faith, the three forms of faith. We want the experience that then we have a deep inner knowing that quells doubt. Okay, so surrender is number one. We get out of our own way. Then desire or intention. What do you most deeply desire? And part of our practice is we come back to remind ourselves, what is our purpose? Why are we even doing this? What do we want? We want to touch that desire. Everybody longs for freedom. This is the quintessential human desire, whatever tradition or faith. It's this quality of freedom. Maybe it's understanding, maybe it's knowledge. So surrender coupled with desire. And then once you have that, you have to allow the result to happen. You can't force it. It's almost like wait. Surrender, desire, wait. And it's in that allowing that suddenly we start to sense something, feel something. We get an insight about something. But we're not doing it for the insight. We have to let go of any intention other than to let go. To tune into what is it we most deeply desire. And then allow the imprint to take place. Okay. So I call this the enlightenment of non-complaint. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because we stop arguing with reality. We stop believing happiness is waiting somewhere else, with another partner, with another career, with another body, with another house, with another version of ourselves. Instead, we begin recognizing the sacredness of the life already unfolding before us. This breath, this moment, this life. And the invitation here today is to choose your life today as it is. Roll your thigh bones in. Join your index fingers and thumbs, palms down. Close your eyes and invite the light of the universe to fill you in the form of your breath. Let each breath be choice. This is, I think, one of the most beautiful freedoms that Tantra offers, is we always have a choice. And if you feel like you don't have a choice to do something, well, you still can choose to reject the choice or surrender and accept the choice. And then allow. Lengthen your side ribs from hips to armpits. Take the head of your arm bones back, shoulder blades lightly hug. And then palate back, occiput up. And gently align head, heart, and body. And then practice surrender. Even if there's doubt, at least don't reject the doubt. Try not to get angry at yourself because there could be doubt. To let something go, we first have to let it be. And so no worries. Shakti knows. And Shakti has space for doubt. Sometimes it's healthy. But see if you can set it aside. Surrender is the first step. And then breathe into your heart, connect with your deepest desire. And then allow. Surrender, desire, allow. And let's invoke the presence of the goddess Shri Bagalamukhi as we continue. Bagalamukhi is the sacred pause of silence to be able to discern before we speak, to let ourselves be imprinted by something greater, so that whatever comes out of our mouth is an improvement upon silence, that it's affirming, supportive, truthful.